Hello, Mr. Seeley. This is Eli Freestone, and this is Milestone 2 for Client Contact Pro. Just want to give you a quick update on how everything went this week. A vast majority of what I had planned is actually behind-the-scenes functionality, but I did also add in several features that I wasn't able to finish up last week, such as the cancel button. If you look at the bottom of the screen here, that does launch a cancel appointments screen with date pickers. Although the functionality for this is not in yet, although I did already speak with you about that, and the change to move that to next week's milestone was approved. So that does not do anything at the moment. If you look at the list view itself, this is populating from the file on the device, but if you'll notice that there's two different test ones. The reason for this is the way I'm setting up the clients, everything works beautifully. Here we'll even add in a new client just to show it. All that's required is the name and then one of the contact types, either phone number or email. It does work fine for both. We'll just do test 3 and then test. We're not going to add anything else, but you'll see the test 3. And then let's go ahead and add an appointment for that. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually not going to set up any, actually we'll go ahead and add an appointment type. And but I'm not going to change the dates. They're going to go to the default dates, which start date will be tonight at the current time, although it will be AM. For some reason, I wasn't able to get it to trigger to PM as a default. It does change it to PM if you do actually use the date picker, or the time picker in that case. However, it doesn't by default. It always goes to AM for some reason. I unfortunately haven't been able to figure out why it does that. You'll also notice that there is a custom action bar on the top with a done and cancel button. Both function correctly, so I'll go ahead and hit done, and it will go ahead and save it. I did originally want this to go back to the list views to show it updated, but unfortunately it gave me some weird behavior. It does update the list view, but you do have to hit back button first to get to the list view. But now you can see that there is a test 3 with an appointment at the bottom of it. Now they do still display in the Appointments tab as well as go to a Details tab for the appointments. Although this doesn't always completely work. If you look at the top, there's none for the appointment time. Now it doesn't do that consistently though. That's the strange part. Very frequently I'm able to get it to show both the time and date. It'll even log the time and date. But there's something to do with the way I'm pulling the file again, that I think it's actually pulling the file from, not directly from the phone, but from a cached file that didn't have it previously. So I'm unsure how to really fix that behavior. It's hard to explain actually really how it's happening, but I think I'm just missing, or I have the order incorrect as to how everything is happening. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to completely figure that out. It's hit or miss. Most of the time it displays just fine. Other times, just like it is now, it will only display none. But it's set at none by default, so it's definitely, it's going back and it's getting a cached file of some sort and trying to apply it from there. So it's not actually getting the newest file in that case. Again, it does function correctly a majority of the time, but not always. So I guess that is about it. There's also, I'm still trying to figure out, or work around, I should say, the issue of having duplicates. Like I said, it's actually, instead of editing the client object, it's actually duplicating it. The reason is I thought I was passing along the object, but I was actually just passing along a reference to a position, but that position is no longer the object when they get resaved and re-put to the device. So I'm having some trouble trying to figure out how to track the client object itself, so I can either directly edit it or I can delete the duplicates after an appointment has been added. Again, that's a work in progress, but it is saving correctly. It's just not editing correctly, unfortunately. So I guess that's about it. This is Eli Freestone, Client Contact Pro, and this was my Milestone 2 video. Thank you for watching, and have a good night.